I'm Jocelyn Keegan. I'm our payer practice lead at Point of Care Partners. So I currently am the program manager for Vinci. Vinci was actually the first multi-stakeholder project around fire that HL7 helped to create. The concept of accelerators didn't exist at that point in time. Since then, we've come up with this moniker of accelerators to describe this ability for people to come together, really building on the blueprint that we created with Vinci to target other places between partners in the industry to come together to do these standards. And so I help and support my colleagues that work on Codex and the FAST initiative, also now Gravity. And we've spent time really both collaborating with and consulting with the majority of the other leaders of the other accelerators. Well, I think that we have assumptions today just about how information should flow in the world. I actually made a decision to go back to work after being home with my kids to help make that a reality. When it became clear to me as I interacted with our health information out in the market and as a visitor, as a consumer, that everything was very fragmented and that things were broken. And so part of my reflection was, as a person, I think you try and use your skills for their highest best purpose. And this is an area I think that as a society, we really need to make sure people get the right information so they can get the best care so we can be healthier as a people. So I think what's important about the accelerators is that we've really reframed how it is that we build standards as an industry. And I think there's a couple important points here. The first is that the implementers, in the case of Vinci, I'll use as an example, the payers, the vendors, the providers that really want to solve these business problems are able to come together, leverage an existing standard, and work faster than a traditional group of all volunteers would to advance sort of the work of the implementation or the standards side of the house. And so the combination of bringing a subset of paid resources, infrastructure, and convening power with the business SMEs and the technical SMEs from all these organizations is really critical to be able to, I like to say it allows you to sort of make the work go faster, like a flywheel, like you're adding additional power to that flywheel to make it go faster. And I think to me, the ability to build the standards faster, test and implement them in the real world is important, but that provides two, I think, additional sort of side benefits. The first is a place for people to convene and really talk about these business problems in depth and how best to solve them, as opposed to something getting created and then sort of retrofitted into the real world, which is what we've traditionally done with standards in the past. And then second, the federal government has been supporting us and working alongside us with in-kind resources, and they're able to provide alignment for folks that aren't in that advancing group sort of party of the willing to allow us to take the power of what's being done in this central way and extend it and bring other people into the fold. So industry is really driving forward where we're headed, and our federal counterparts are helping and providing incentive and focus on these emerging standards. So I think the best thing about working for Point of Care Partners is actually the people that I get to interact with. We are very autonomous in the way that we operate as consultants on a day-to-day basis. My peers within Point of Care Partners are some of the smartest people I've ever worked with. And we really have a really good level of interaction, I'd say discourse and discussion on topics. But then in addition, when we think about the work that I get to do out in the market with the accelerators and with our client strategy engagements, the individuals I get to work with on a day-to-day basis are really people that are trying to make interoperability real, are trying to advance us as an industry, and are just overall really smart, talented people that want to make the world a better place. And, I think that that's just it's a great way to be able to spend your days.